So what I figured for this video is I would update you guys on how my packing list has changed, like what things I've left behind and what things I've picked up along the way, and just give you guys an idea on what my backpack's looking like now. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start the video by talking about the things that I left behind, whether they be right before I left or on the road. The first main thing is I got rid of that scrubba bag, the big wash bag that I had. I found that after about 2.5 months, I wasn't really using it, and it was just taking up a decent amount of space. I left it with my friend Kat in Glasgow, and I don't miss it, just because whenever I would wash, then the clothes would be soaking wet, and unfortunately some of the clothes I have aren't really quick drying, so that means I would have to hang them out for potentially like 2 days, and sometimes I have to travel and I just don't have that kind of time. So yeah, I got rid of the scrubber wash bag. Another thing I got rid of along the way are my pair of Allbirds shoes. Now I obviously got new shoes, which I'll show you in a minute, but they just couldn't hold up. Essentially like 4 days after I bought the new pair of shoes, of course Allbirds comes out and releases a waterproof version of their shoe made for hiking, so it has actual hiking grip, and they did something to the wool to make it more water resistant, and I'm like, of course you did, like literally as soon as I got rid of mine. But yeah, so got rid of the Allbirds. They're gone. Another thing or bunch of things that I got rid of were all of my short black socks. Over the course of probably 2 months, I lost all of my socks just through washing machines eating them up or just leaving them behind in hostels. And the most infuriating part that drove me nuts was I would only lose one at a time. So I would really only have an even set of socks every other week. So I had to re-up and buy more of those when I was in Dublin the second time, but technically I left a lot of those behind along the way, almost like a breadcrumb trail on where I've been going. This is one of the best items that I have in my bag. This is a homemade journal that my friend Chelsea gave to me, and she actually gave it to me the night before I left for Ireland. Like, I'm not sure if you can see, but it has like an inlaid wolf on the leather. The pages are all hand stitched and they're all recycled pages. It's given me a really nice routine just to journal my day. So at some point I'll have to send this back and pick up a new one. Chelsea, if you want to donate another one of these really awesome notebooks to your boy, I'll let you know where I am. It'll probably take me another like 5 months to actually fill this thing out, but yeah, I'll have to ship it home and then hope that nobody reads it because it's a little personal. The next one is I picked up a new little battery pack, and this was about 35 pounds, and the capacity, the power capacity for this was 5 times the little one that I brought, and it has little built-in cords here, so it's quite cool. So I don't need to worry about bringing cords with me, and I can charge my phone, I believe it's 3.5 or 4 times on one charge. And actually I can't talk today, what's wrong with me? And I donated the smaller one to another traveler in need, so you know, just passing along the good karma, hopefully, fingers crossed. Now the next thing I bought, you can't see, it's what's filming me right now. So when I was in Glasgow, I picked up the Fuji 16mm f2.8 lens. Normally I wouldn't splurge on something that big while I was traveling, because I think it came out to 350 pounds. But I was thinking back to all of the times when I was in both Ireland and England, and the 35mm equivalent lens that I have just wasn't wide enough to actually shoot either the tall buildings or, you know, the mountains or whatever it was. A lot of the photos from Germany, if you've been following me on Instagram, which you should, at andrew.uncharted, then you've probably seen a lot of my photos in my photo dumps, and that's been taken with that lens. So when I was in Bath and staying in the hostel there, I got invited to go to the Therme Bath Spa. They gave you, you know, the traditional like robe, towel, sandals, that sort of thing. But then at the end they said you can just keep the sandals, and I was really excited about it. So when the spa said that you can keep these sandals, I was like, oh, thank you. I needed that so much. Okay, next thing I picked up, or next things, are these new Vans shoes. The Allbirds that I had, I really loved. I'm not going to speak that poorly on them. So when I was doing some of the hikes in Scotland, which are known to be pretty boggy, they really just didn't hold up. Because they were made out of wool, they were really absorbent, so they just sucked up all the water and really just soaked my feet, and they had no grip whatsoever. So if the hikes were super muddy, I was just sliding downhill. So I just decided to pick up a different pair of shoes that were a little hardier. Because I can only bring one pair with me, I just decided to go with the classic Vans and just remind me of my old skateboarding days. And then I bought the waterproofing spray and just waterproofed them. They have like the black and brown colorway, which just reminds me of coffee, which makes me happy in and of itself. They're still not the best hiking shoes, but they're pretty good for just all around everyday use. So this shirt and the denim shirt I picked up when I was in Oxford. Saw a guy walking down the street with a button-up shirt and then like a white Levi's shirt underneath it. And I was like, that looks good. I've never owned a denim shirt before, and I thought it was able to like give me a little bit of a sense of style without being just homeless. Also picked up a belt because I didn't have a belt. My pants were like falling off because of the coins that I had in my pocket. So got this stretchy belt to keep my pants from falling down. Although I've been drinking a lot of beer recently, so I've been gaining a little bit of weight, so this isn't really necessary. But, you know, it's always good to have a belt. Another piece of clothing that I picked up was this Neighbor Goods hoodie that I'm actually going to put on right now because it's super comfortable. Get on my body. There we go. I really didn't want to pick up another jacket because it was going to just add more bulk to my bag, but I just wanted a comfy hoodie. Like just something I could just wear anytime. I haven't regretted it, especially for my trip to the Scottish Highlands. It was like 11 or 12 degrees every day and rainy and windy, and I just didn't have the layers for it. So layering this and the puff jacket and in some cases my rain jacket on top of that is really the only thing that kept me warm. I'm actually really happy with this thing, and I'm not going to take it off for the rest of this video. Two more things that I picked up from Kat in Glasgow, thank you Kat, were these two travel-sized like shampoo bottle sort of things. So this has this one has the soap in it. So this one has the antibacterial soap that I picked up for when I got my tattoo, which I haven't told you guys about yet. And then I put my contact solution in this because I was tired of getting the big containers of contact solution and having to essentially toss it. Figured just put it in this, since this is definitely airport approved, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Another thing I picked up along the way, and this one's very recent, it's not a physical item. It's an affiliate partner. So I never spoke about the actual travel insurance that I picked up, which anytime you go on a trip, you should pick up travel insurance. When I was researching them all, some of the bigger names like World Nomads, I believe, was the biggest one, and some of the other ones were charging something outrageous, like $600 or $700 for 6 months of coverage. And then I stumbled upon this website called Safety Wing. Now, Safety Wing is a travel insurance made by nomads for nomads. The main benefit of Safety Wing is you can pay for it on a month-to-month subscription basis. With most of the other big travel insurances, you have to sign up in 6-month to 1-year chunks, and they end up being exorbitantly expensive. I believe World Nomad starts off at $600 for essentially the same coverage over the course of 6 months. Well, as you can see here, Safety Wing does the same thing for just under $37 a month. Now, their website is super easy to use. They have a really intuitive chat system for both filing claims or asking questions. The website offers a really easy way to find a hospital, whether you're in the US or abroad. You can actually sign up for the insurance while you're traveling. They don't have any home country limitations like some other insurance companies do, and they have pretty good coverage. Now, I would say, obviously, do your own research, but I think that Safety Wing is a fantastic travel insurance company, and they're actually who I decided to use. Oddly enough, I had already committed to buying their insurance 3 months ago. So before I even left for the trip, I was already committed to Safety Wing, and they reached out to be an affiliate about a week ago. So this is more of a happy accident, and I didn't go into it thinking about money. This is just something that I loved. Now, because I'm an affiliate, I'm obviously a little biased,
But if you do choose to pick up Safety Wing insurance using the link that I have in the description, then I'll get a tiny little cut and you'll have the safety of knowing that you're covered during your travels.
And last but not least, I got myself a little Highland cow to bring with me, just so I could remember Yam, my favorite Highland cow. I'm normally not one for souvenirs, but I had to pick this one up. But yeah, so those are my packing list changes and all of the things that I've gotten rid of and haven't decided that I needed, or the things that I picked up along the way. And I've found that my bag is definitely over 15 pounds now, but another thing I found is it still looks small enough that nobody's questioned me yet. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so that's the end of this video. It's just a quick little update for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.